All right. So we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out to take a look at our video. I am doing a live broadcast because we did have a post we put out today on our blog. And I found that I was reading, I was just kind of rereading it to make sure everything was correct before it went out. And there's some really important points in here to cover. Actually, if you're selling your house in Greenville, there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. And most of the posts that I found are focus on questions that you'd probably ask to a realtor or some type of commercial broker or even your closing attorney. But the most important questions tend to be the ones that you ask yourself. Okay, that's the most important thing, or that's one of the most important things you can do. Really being self-aware when you're in the selling process. So I want to kind of go through this post with you and just give you my commentary on it. So the first question when you're selling your house in Greenville is to ask yourself, how much are the repairs going to cost? Now, there's ways of getting around doing these repairs. Of course, you can give them a credit at closing. So let's say the carpet needs to be changed. Realtor says, listen, just give them $1,000, $1,500 credit for for that carpet, and boom, you're good to go, easy in, easy out. But some of those repairs need to be done prior to selling the property, so that it can be shown in its best condition. That way, it'll command the highest price, and your realtor or real estate broker will tell you that. And one of the main reasons they do that is because if there's a number of small repairs that are left undone, if I'm a buyer walking through the house, the first thing I'm going to think about is, oh God, what else is wrong? So making sure that those repairs are done and knowing what repairs you're going to need to do is crucial. Also, can you afford to wait? I actually had a client recently over in the Belvedere subdivision on Belvedere Drive, and I was discussing his property with him, and he actually has to move to Goldsboro to be closer to his daughter because his wife, unfortunately, has dementia and she needs a lot of extra care. And I was just talking to him about it, and he said, yeah, listen, I gotta sell this property because I cannot afford to continue to pay the costs of it, right? Because you're looking at, he had just taken out a $60,000 loan or mortgage. It was actually a line of credit to be able to purchase this property, a new house in Goldsboro. So he was paying the monthly payment on that. On top of it, the house was built in the 70s and the upkeep just wasn't there. So you have leaks, you have cracks all over the place, you have flooring that is just demolished. On top of that, the air conditioning unit was on its way out. And that sucks up a lot of energy. So knowing what the costs are and how long you're going to have to pay them while you're holding is absolutely crucial. So ask yourself that question. The next thing to ask yourself is, what is the true value of your home? Now, this is something that you can get from your local home buyer, a reputable home buyer, or your real estate broker. Now, if you go to a real estate broker, which I highly recommend, if you are selling your property on the MLS, all right, you're not looking to sell fast. You're just saying, hey, listen, I want to maximize on my potential profit from the transaction. Go to a real estate broker and have them run what's called a CMA, or a comparative market analysis. If you need a recommendation for a very reputable real estate broker in our area, feel free to reach out. Give us a call at 227-2743. Yeah, that's our number, 252. And have them run that CMA, or competitive market analysis, to find out what your property would actually sell for given the market conditions. One of the things that people do is they hop on Zillow and all of a sudden they're experts and they know what their property is going to sell for. No. So you're asking yourself this question, but really, got to be honest, the answer is when you go to a broker or a local home buyer and get an actual value for your property. Okay. Another question asked is, do you know all about all the costs that you're going to incur when you're selling the property? These are different. Okay, so if you are selling for sale by owner, all right, you're going to pay for marketing costs. If you're marketing your property on, let's say, Zillow or whatever, You're going to, of course, you're doing everything by yourself, so you're going to have to, you may incur cleaning costs. Trying to think, for sale by owners, a lot. You got sign costs. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I have a post. We have a post. Just take a look at our blog, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of the post off the top of my head, but it kind of goes over the things you have to worry about when you're selling your house for sale by owner. If you're selling with a broker, obviously one of the biggest is commission. Oh, closing costs, both for sale by owner and for selling, with a real estate broker, unless the buyer says, "Hey, I'll pay it," which doesn't really happen that often. Just saying. Now, the flip side of that is if you work with a local reputable home buyer like Pitt Home Buyers, we actually pay all those costs, right? We factor that into our offer and give you our offer. And if that's something you like, then cool. You can take it. We can purchase your house for cash. And if you're in foreclosure, we can actually purchase your property subject to a mortgage that's already in foreclosure. So if you're in foreclosure, reach out ASAP so we can help. The last question is, should you list for sale by owner or sell directly? Sell for sale by owner or sell directly. Kind of cover that in the last question, but really it depends. If you're wanting to maximize on your profit and you're willing to put up some money to make sure it gets done and pay the high costs of, or the 6% cost of a real estate broker, absolutely, definitely go ahead and list it so you can maximize. A lot of times the real estate broker can give you a really good idea of what you're going to be taking home, which is very beneficial. If you're selling for sale by owner, all of the marketing and all of the showing and all of the work that goes into selling the house is on who? That's right, it's on you. So if you have that extra time, let's say, maybe you are a stay-at-home spouse and you're raising children, or maybe, you just have to do part-time work. Your retirement's really covering, you're retired, and you're able to have that excess time to be able to do all of those things that are required. For sale by owner is a great option. Now, a lot of people think when they're selling their house for sale by owner is that they're saving money on commission. Okay, that's a big thing, is they're saving money on commission. But I contest that time is more valuable than money. That is my personal opinion on that. So, a lot of people talk about saving time, or saving money, but there's plenty of money around. But time, that's something that you don't get back. So keeping that in mind, is it worth putting in the time and spending time selling your house when you could be using it for other purposes, a business, family, or whatever you desire? Or is it better for you to just pay the money and get that time? That way you can just do whatever you want with it. And selling directly, of course. That's actually the best of both worlds, honestly. Because when you're talking to a reputable home buyer like Pitt Home Buyers, we're able to give you a fair cash offer for your property or help you out of your distressed situation. And you save money because you don't have to pay any fees. We pay all of it, except the taxes up to that point, up to the date of when we buy it, that's going to be taken out of your proceeds. Got to pay the tax, man. And it's fast, so you actually get time too. So it's super, super beneficial. But anyway, guys, so those are my key points and key takeaways from this video, or from this article. If you do have any questions about it or have any insights, I've loved hearing from you. You can reach out to me at scott@pitthomebuyers.com. Again, that's scott@pitthomebuyers.com. Do make sure to like us on Facebook and sign up for our blog. If you go to pitthomebuyers.com, there's a link over there to sign up for our mailing list. And we don't spam your inbox. We send like an email a week. That way you have articles. We usually do about 2 or 3 articles per week that are relevant to you and to your situation. The cool thing is these articles are all evergreen. And what that means is that they're always going to be there and always going to be helpful because we only post relevant information that will be good to know for years to come. Again, guys, thanks for joining in on this live stream, and you have a great day.